finally doing a live. It has been, whoops, it has been a minute since I have done a live, probably over a year. So we're going to hop on here real quick and make some little wood block chickens. I don't have another device, you guys, so I'm going to take a moment really quick to post this on my Facebook page here. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Here. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Sorry about that. I don't know if it paused it, if it was still going when I was talking to y'all, but I had to post it over on Facebook. Eventually, I'm going to have another device to where I can do those things without interrupting my live. But we're going to be making some wood block chickens. So I have these little 2x4s. I have made little bunnies out of this before. What else have we made? Oh, we've made some little, I don't know, some little other little shelf decor and stuff like this. This is another one that I had made out of one of these. A bunch of little different things that I've crafted with these. But I thought today, why don't we do a little chicken out of them to kind of do like some summer decor. But if you're joining in, just say hello so I know that you're there. If you're watching this later on after the fact, then just leave me a comment. I love seeing those and just chatting with you guys after the fact. So they're kind of dusty because I just cut them outside. All right, so first off, let me find my paint. I tried to make sure I had everything, but I see I didn't get everything. Okay, and let me know if the audio is okay, because it's been a long time since I have been live on anything, but especially YouTube. So this is like a test run, you guys, to see how it goes. And I'm going to try to do one at least every other week or so. But first, I'm using some paint to get these painted up. I plan on doing one of these yellow and one of them white. I may do both of them white, I'm not sure. But this is the paint I'm going to use for one. It's going to be Snow White by Waverly Chalk Paint. Y'all know I always swear by this paint. And then the Maze Yellow. But you see I coated both of these in paint so you can barely read them. Kind of messy. But we're going to go ahead and paint these. I'm making a mess already, y'all. But yeah, it has been a minute since I've been live. I don't even know how chat's going to work on this. Hey, Linda. All right, I see y'all. Okay. I wasn't sure if it's going to pop up on the bottom. I don't know if it's going to be the same as Facebook. But anyway, so first I'm going to paint them to go ahead and get that started so we are not wasting a bunch of time here. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've been live, so I'm going to be a little rusty. I'm a little nervous too, to be honest with you, because mostly because my kids are home and I don't know when they're just going to, you know, pop in or whatever, you know, so we'll see how that goes. But normally I like to do this when they're in school, you know. But I really want to try to do lives. I really want to try to grow my channel here a little better than what I've been doing. So we're going to try to do this and see how it goes whenever I got a little extra time. And I really wanted to make these today. So I figured it would be a good thing we could do together on live and see how they turn out. But I'm going to try to do them a little rustic like I do most of my decor. I don't know how the quality is on here either, y'all. So I hope it's not like blurry or anything, or like, you know, pixelated really bad. On my phone it looks pretty good, but you know, the playback sometimes is a little janky. But I just painted that. We're going to let this one dry and I'm going to do the yellow one really quick. I'm not going to clean the brush because I don't really care if it's like mixed a little bit. So I'm going to just put the white out the way. But we're going to be using some cardboard for their little beaks. But for their little things on their head, look, I should have looked this up so I wouldn't sound crazy, but you know what I'm talking about. For the little part on their head, we're going to use ribbon. So, anyway, we're going to use ribbon, this kind of ribbon. I really like this one for like a rustic theme, and then I want to use this one for more of like a bright, like summery type, you know. Please help me, y'all. I'm not politically correct sometimes, so anyway. Makes me seem kind of silly, but it'll be okay. Hopefully y'all can accept me for that. But I'm going to go ahead and paint this one kind of yellow. I kind of want to do it a little darker in this. I might mix in something else because this is a little brighter than what I kind of like. Y'all know I'm not too much on super bright colors. like more of the rustic, you know, warmer tones and kind of softer looks. So we might change that up. Or I might just leave it and then we can do the rustic stamp, the distress stamp, to give it more of like a darker tone to it. And I'm not painting the back because I'm just trying to save time and not make a huge mess. I know a lot of people come for me when I don't paint the backs of my crafts or if I don't make the back pretty. But you can definitely do that if you prefer. But just for time's sake and to try to avoid making a huge mess, I've already painted my whole hand. We're not going to paint the backs right now. We can always go back and add that later, so no worries there. Alright, now that I've got that all painted, this is as much as I'm going to paint it. I'm going to leave it kind of rustic like that and have like some of the wood showing through, and then we're going to add in our distress stamp. So I'm going to go put my paintbrush up because I don't want it to dry out, so I'll be right back. That's still one of my really good paintbrushes, so I'd rather not, I'd really rather not ruin it. I'm kind of running out of good paintbrushes again. I did see where you can like boil them to like get the paint off of them, so we might try that at some point with some of these other ones I've let dry up. Okay, so now that that's done, I think our white one is pretty much dry. That's another reason why I love Waverly chalk paint, because it dries so quick. It's just a little center that's not all the way dry. So I'm going to just dry that really quick and try not to be too loud with this. Let me know if the audio is okay, you guys. I'm going to use my little blow dryer and just try to speed this up a little bit, so we're not sitting here waiting on paint. Okay, just like that. That one's done. Oops. Sorry if that was loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Alright, we're going to do the yellow one kind of last, so that will have a little more time to dry. My hands are covered in paint, y'all. Okay, so these are going to be pretty easy. I'm going to keep them kind of simple for the most part, but I'm going to use some little buttons for their eyes. You could also just draw them on if you don't have buttons, but I know most people do have some buttons. We're going to put a little eye on just the side of them. So they're going to be looking kind of like, we're going to see the side profile of them. So I'm going to have a little eye there, and I have a little piece of cardboard that I pre-cut just to try to like test this idea out, see how it's going to look. But we're going to put a little beak here with some cardboard. We're going to glue that on there, probably potentially paint this. I'm not quite sure on that point yet, honestly. We'll get to that when we get to it. But we're going to use those types of things for that, because I was trying to think of something we could use for the beak that everybody has, and everybody has cardboard. So I'm pretty sure you got an Amazon box or something laying around. So, and then we're going to use our ribbon for the top. Now the white one, I think I'm going to use the red because I really like, you know, it has just such a summer like vibe to it. So I'm going to use the red to make the little, geez, I wish I knew. I wish I would have looked this up. I don't know why I don't know what the heck that's called. It's going to make me look so crazy for not knowing that. But anyway, just put the little ribbon right here on the top. We're just going to bend it. So first I'm going to glue its little eye on to get that done. This will be super easy. Now, which side do I want to be the face? I mean the front. So maybe about right. And I really need a new glue gun too. This one gets kind of, this has seen better days for sure. Alright, I'm going to line it up on there. So we have our little eye for our chicken. We can go ahead and add it to our other one too. And I didn't cut these in a specific height. They were just kind of a random size to what I kind of wanted them to be. but I can give y'all the sizes of them if you want that. But yeah, there's their eyes. I'm gonna have them like looking at each other like that is my plan. And then we could go ahead and just add the little beak to it. Now, do I want to color that is the question. Whoops, sorry y'all. It's the question. What color should we do that? Tried to somewhat pre-plan this. I wouldn't take a whole lot of time trying to figure it out, because if y'all have ever watched me before, I'm very, very indecisive, so I get a little lost. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining in. Hope you're having a good Saturday. That one's too... Should we paint these, y'all, or should we just leave them brown? I'm not too sure. This is a little too big, though. I kind of want this one. Or maybe it could go on this one. Alright, yeah, that'll be fine. I was also even considering taking the back off. I took it off of this one and making it kind of like, you know, just giving it that like more rustic like look to it. What do y'all think about that? Or just leave the smoother side. I am making some chickens out of some wood and some cardboard and ribbon. So we're going to see how this goes. But here I go getting hung up on some. I'm not sure how I want it to look. Let me get some paint really quick, y'all. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. We're not going to do all that. So I'm going to take my little distressed ink stamp. This little stamp. I've had this for a very long time. It's kind of dried out, but it works. It still does its job. We're going to see how this does on some cardboard. And try to... I have a little napkin somewhere. I thought I brought a little napkin. I did. Dropped it. See how this does. Give it a little bit of a rustic look to it. I should have added a little white to it, maybe. This is how that looks. Gives a little rustic look. Maybe we'll go with the other side for this other chicken, since that one's going to be more like browns and stuff, because I plan on doing that one a little more like, I guess kind of like fallish, but not really. Or would I rather? We'll do both sides just in case, because I'm not sure, y'all. I'm just going to go ahead and get this side all rustic, so that make its little beak on it like that. I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller though. It's a little too big in my opinion. I don't like it being that pointed. There we go. That's a little better. I think that's more suitable for this. So something like that. What y'all think? We're going to go with it. We're going to see how that turns out. Go ahead and cut this one down a little bit too. I really wanted to make these, so I figured I would do them live with you guys. I was considering just doing it as a video, because my videos are just like, you know, it's just easier for me, because I'm not so like stressed out and trying to like decide quickly. And not fumbling, like I can cut all of this like fumbling that I do, so to save y'all the pain of watching that, but hopefully y'all don't mind. Okay, so we're gonna add some distress to our little chickens also. Whoops. So I'm just going over all of the edges of my chicken. I might go down the middle just a tiny bit. Honestly, most of the time when I do this, I use my fingers and just rub it in because I'm always just getting messy when I craft anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. But you can use your fingers, or you can just use it. My goodness. Or you could just use a napkin to smear it in. But honestly, I just use my fingers a lot of the time. So I'm just rubbing it on the edges of this to give it kind of like a little bit more of a distressed look, a little more like aged look, I guess is the better way to put that. And I'm going to do that on our yellow. So this is the yellow before. And I'm just getting the edges on this, doing some of the middle. And then we're just going to rub it in. And if you mess up, put too much, you can always go back and just paint over it. So it's not a big deal with that. I don't ever strive to do like perfect with my crafts. I just try to keep them rustic and stuff so we don't have to worry about being perfect with them. So that's after just adding a little bit of some of the distressed ink to it. So I'm going to add some more because I feel like I just need some more. It's not as much as I want. If you have a little piece of sandpaper, you could even just go over that and just like sand it up. That's it so far. So that's both of them distressed. And we're going to add their little beaks to them next so that they can start looking more like chickens. So I'm just going to glue this on with my hot glue gun. Just be careful, of course, because it's such a thin little bit of space here to work with. And just glue that right onto the side. So that's one of them. Maybe I should do this so y'all can look at it more while I'm doing this. Okay, this is going to be the other one. There is the other little guy. I like the way this one did a little better. This one's a little too big, I think. I should have cut it down some, but we can trim it up a little bit while it's on it, honestly. Yep, there we go. It's a little better. It'll be okay. Okay, so for our white one, I think I'm going to use the red ribbon. I just think it would go good, really, with that one. It probably would also look okay with the yellow one. Honestly, that would be cute too. But I just like the white with the red. I think that would look a little better. So all I'm going to do is this ribbon, let's see how big it is. So it's a 2-inch ribbon. It's by Floral Garden. Just has a nice, cute summer vibe to it to me. So I'm just going to take it and like bend it to create like a little loop like this. Kind of pinch it on the bottom. And that's going to be our first little piece on top up here. Actually, let's not even cut it. Let's do the second one so that we can go ahead and have them both. And then we don't have to worry about, you know, trying to attach them together. So we got both our little pieces here. Alright, I'm going to flip this one around because I don't want to have that little edge there. And I'm going to show y'all in a minute once I get it right. Now we can cut it, and I'm going to take and just glue this together to give it a minute to like hold in its position on how we want it. Try not to burn myself, so I'm going to wait a minute. But just gluing right underneath here where it connects so that we hold this little position, and then we can glue it right on to the top of our little chicken. So like that is where it's going to go. So I'm going to do a little dab of hot glue up here. And then just press that right onto there. We'll just give it a minute to dry. Whoops. Keep feeling like I'm gonna knock this off because it's right there on the edge. I keep forgetting it's there. So something like that. And then we can also, let's see. I also plan on adding some twine because I do. I think we should add this on the back. What about on the back too? Something like that. Should we do that? What do y'all think? Or just leave it without it? I think we might do with to kind of be like the little tail for it. It's gonna match the same top. Let me stop turning this away from you guys. All right. We'll make another one for the back side just to go with the top and to add a little something extra to it. So I'm just looping this like this. I'm not sure if this is going to be correct for how I'm going to tuck that under there. And just kind of do like a little 3 little loops. And we're going to put this on the back side, I think, to be kind of like the little tail for it. Yeah, I think so. I think that would be cute. So again, I'm just gluing it so that it holds these loops together so that we don't lose how I have them all, you know, folded together. My glue gun's acting up again. I haven't had this glue gun for a very long time, so got my money's worth out of it for sure. Okay, which side is the front? Let's see which side looks best. Alright, yeah, and then we could just add that down here. Maybe something like that. I don't know, y'all. Let me look at this for a minute. Hold up. Yeah, that'd be cute. Okay. This is what I do when I'm recording, y'all. I sit here and mess around and like, I don't really know if I like that. And then take that away and then add something else. It is, y'all just don't have to see all that because I cut it out. I'm always trying to figure it out and see, Alright, so I'm gluing this on here like this. We're just going to go with it. And then while it's on here, add a little more glue to extra hold it. But while it's here, we can adjust it then. And this has a wire in it, this ribbon, so that does help as far as just making this, you know, work with me a little better so it's not so hard to do. I wonder if I should bring that up. Yeah, I'm going to glue right here on the inside so that I can stick this right against this piece too. So like that. Something like that. I'm going to bend all of the little pieces together. Got a little blue strand on it. Like that. Looks cute. I should have probably made this. Oh, that's probably the right size. Alright. So now, I have this little grass stuff here. I'm going to do some of that. Just adds more of a country and like rustic vibe to it for like a farmhouse theme. And I plan on tying this around it. I thought this would be cute with it. to just put right around its body. So I'm going to tie a little knot first, so then it can hold it hopefully, and then we'll do a little bow with it. So, something like this. I could show y'all. Hold up. Just trying to get it right. Tied good. Something like that. I'm going to trim it up. We're going to fix the bow a little bit. I should lean y'all down so you could actually see what I'm doing a little better. Does that help at all, you guys? Should bring this up. Okay, so I'm going to trim all these off, these extra long pieces. And I'm going to do a little hot glue so that this doesn't move around a whole lot because it's kind of loose. It's a little hard to get that to sit still. And we're going to bunch up the ends. So like that. How cute. Okay. I might add something else. Could add, I was thinking about just adding this around the top, but I don't know if that even makes a difference, really. It kind of does. I was thinking about adding this around here, like this, just to right where it connects, like that. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it does a little bit. I always love adding a little twine bow, but I'm trying to resist. Not everything needs a twine bow. Might do it twice around the top. No, just one time be okay. Okay. I'm going to add a little glue back here on the back too, just to hold this on here a little better, because this also is moving back here. Like that. We could even add some more buttons to it. Let's see if we have any like light colored button or something to kind of go with this. I'm actually running low on buttons, if y'all can believe that. Maybe one like this. I love the look of buttons like this. Let's see if it will adjust for you guys. It has like a little design in it. Not if I lose it. We could add that onto there, to the center here. I'll show you a better close-up here in a minute. But like that, I think that's so cute. That little button is so cute. What y'all think? Like that. That's one little chicken done. I have to adjust this little tail a little bit. But that's one. Now we can do our little yellow one, and I plan on using this like brown colored ribbon. I thought that that would go good with this. I even thought about using my sunflower ribbon for it. That would have been really cute too, potentially, but I felt like it might have been a little too much. I'm not sure. Or we could just do burlap. But no, we're not going to do burlap. I still might go grab it and just see. So if we did the brown one, this is how that would look. So like this with this one. Or if we get the sunflower one, I might still do that because it would just be cute, and I love sunflowers. So we pinch this one in here and use this one for it. What do you think about the sunflower? Maybe if it was a little more orange. I don't know. I don't have much left anyway. That was like my last little bit. So let's see how this looks to me, because I need to see my perspective. Could be sunflower or the brown. We'll stick with the brown for now. I'll probably end up making another one of these so that I can do a video on it to have this a little bit more clean instead of all this extra of me figuring it out stuff included. Alright, so again I'm going to do some little loops with my ribbon. So like that. This one is not as bendy as the other one, so it's making it a little bit harder to work with. But I'm just going to glue it all together. And we're going to add the same thing to the top here once this dries a little bit. So, sorry, I should have turned the vibration off. There we go. So I forget, that is very loud usually, or it used to be on my Facebook Lives. It would just be extremely loud. Alright, so we're going to add this to the top of our other little chicken and just try to work with it as we're doing it. Kind of tuck it in there like that. Okay. We'll fix this here in a minute. That looks a little crazy from my perspective with the camera. But we can always adjust it and figure that part out. But it looks really cute in person. The camera is not doing it justice, making me a little upset. Hate when that happens. Alright, so again, I'm going to do some little loops with this. This one's only a one-sided ribbon though, so it's a little more tricky. So I'm having to like twist it so that it stays bent there. And then do another little loop on it. Because if not, it doesn't really hold good together. This one's a little more difficult to bend and like shape, I guess I should say. I'm going to try to get this like that. And while I'm holding it, I'm going to go ahead and glue it because I can already see it's going to be a little challenging. If I let go, it's probably going to like mess up. So I'm going to hold it there for a minute so that it will glue. Do a little spot here. Now this one we probably will have to add some twine to it because you can see some of the like white inside of the ribbon. It's kind of messing up the look of it a little bit. And I feel like that's going to happen with this tail especially. Alright, now that that's held, oh my goodness. Now that that's held a little bit, we can add some more glue on this side. That way we have a more of a clean little edge and we can go ahead and trim this off. So I'm going to put that there and just kind of fold it in so that it's like that. Just 3 little loops that we're going to add to the back side of this little chicken now. Just like our red one. This one actually will probably do a little better because it has more of a flat space there that I can glue it right on here. So let me hold that for a minute so it doesn't come apart, but something like that right on the back side of it. Take a minute for that to dry. Okay, so like that. And we're going to do the same. We're going to add in this around the bottom. I really like the little thin pieces. I think they look the best whenever I'm using this stuff. So I'm going to try to get most of that going. We're going to tie this right around. Let me make sure this ain't blocking the camera. Around the bottom, just like our other little chicken. I want the bow more on this side, so I'm going to try to work it that way. And just tie it in a knot. Okay. Hopefully I can tie this. This one's a little bit shorter, so it might not work as good for the little bow on it. Yeah, it's not. Some of these strands are a little too short for it. So we're going to use the ones that aren't too short on the edges there and tie a little bow. Probably used too much too. It looks a little too thick. But we can trim this up and try to fix that. So I'm going to glue it to try to go ahead and hold this so it stops spinning on me. And start trimming some of it up. Maybe even cut some of these. So just trimming it up. You see this keeps trying to turn on me. So what I'm probably going to do is add a little glue here. Try to get them to stay down that way a little bit. Alright, this can be cut off. Alright, I'm going to cut that off too. It's a little too much. Okay, so far, this is how it looks, and I'm going to add a little button on this one too, just because I don't like the way the center of this looks. It just looks a little too plain to me. You could just leave it like that, though, if you'd rather. Let's see if we can find another cute little button with some character in it. That one's really cute. Looks like a little flower, but I don't like the color of it. It doesn't really go with this too good, so I'm going to see if I can find something else that goes with a little better. Wish I had some more of like my tan ones. It's kind of like a leather color they had at one point, but I didn't use them all because I done made a lot of crafts involving buttons. Try to find a couple of them so we can test out a few. I like this one too. Try to get it. Okay. Oops. That one blends in really good though. Alright, I think we're going to go with this one just because I like the texture of it. No, it's not going to stand out too well with the colors of it, but it'll be okay. So we add our little button to it like that. So we have our little chicken with the red and our chicken with the yellow and the brown. Oops, just like that. And I'm going to add on this one, I think, just because I was a little messy with the glue. You won't really see it too good on the camera probably. I was a little messy with the glue there, so I might cover this with the twine around the top again, just to hide it so you don't see it. Probably going to do it on the side of this one. I didn't do it on the side of the other one because I didn't really need it. But I might on this one just because this one's a little more messy with the glue. I had to use so much more with it being, this ribbon being a little more difficult to work with. Oops. So I just put it right. You can barely see it, honestly. But in person, I'm telling you, it makes a difference. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's not tear everything up in the process, though. The glue strands are pulling everything. Okay, now I'm just going to tie them to try to hold their little shape there. And glue it to the back. That's so cute. Put these buttons up before I lose them because I'm already running low. I don't need to lose more of them. So like that. You can't really see, but I have a little bit of twine there just to add a little something to it. We can adjust this little tail and whatnot too. You can always glue it to it if you want it more like compact to it, if that looks better. And then our little red one. The little red one's cute. It's very bright, very summery. This one has more of a fall vibe to it. What y'all think? How cute. Just some cute little chickens for summer. This also could be used for fall though. That's the good thing about it. Especially this one. It has like a fall vibe to it. I think the, if I added some pictures, I'm going to add some pictures later here on YouTube. And I'm of course going to post them over on Facebook. So if y'all want to see like a better look at them, you can check over on my Facebook page. I'm going to share those here in a little bit. Once I get off here with you guys so you can get a better look at them because it's a little hard to see them. I'll bring my camera up now that we're done with that. Okay. So yeah. We are done, you guys. That is all it is to it. This one I need to adjust. I'm probably going to mess with this a little bit after I get off. You can even tuck it in there, kind of like that. But it's kind of see-through, so it's messing it up how it looks with the lighting. There you go. Something like that. I think it's cute. This one and this one. Which one do y'all like best? The little yellow one? Or the little red and white one? I think I would have to say I like this one the best for right now. This one's more summer themed. This one will be cute later on in the season. But yeah, you guys, that's it. That's all it is to it. Just use a 2x4 for the base of this. The wood I got from Lowe's. And I've shared that before. I have a video over my Facebook page about that, where exactly I found it in Lowe's and everything. They're typically for like a 2x4 by I think like for a foot piece, it's like $2 and something. And then for like a shorter piece, like a 2 foot piece, it's like $1 and something, I think. But yeah, I have that over on my Facebook page, kind of way back in like January, I think is when I shared that. But it's a cute craft you can make with them. I've made a bunch of other things with that also, so I just have other ideas for you guys that you can use with the 2x4s. But I love making stuff like this with them. This is really cute little decor for summer or for fall. But I really hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you for joining in. Sorry for all my fumbling and my nervousness. I have got to get better at doing this again. We'll see. I never really was good at it to begin with, but I'm not very good at talking and being, sociable. I'm very much of an introvert, I guess. So anyway, I'll try to find my way. But I'll probably do another one of these too as a video. If y'all want to see this as a video instead, like here on YouTube or on Facebook, let me know. And I will try to do that. I'll probably do one anyway, regardless, honestly, to be honest with y'all. But yeah, so I'll share that, post pictures soon. Thank you for joining, and I will see y'all later. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend and be safe. Uh-oh. Hold on, I don't know how to close. Okay, I do. Bye, y'all.